Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Space for Love TV, your home for conscious relationships, sacred sexuality, and authentic relating. And today, I want to talk to you about the realities of romance. Yes, I did it. I put reality and romance in the same sentence. I think it's important that we take this kind of often fantastical idea of romance and bring it down to some practical application, because there's just not enough romance happening out there. So what kind of inspired this is recently I had the joy of being proposed to. It was a surprise, and it was incredibly romantic. I thought I was going on a hike with some girlfriends, and the next thing I know, I'm hearing live music and violins, and there's a circle of rose petals on the ground, and there I see my partner standing in a suit and a flower, and I'm like blown wide open. I mean, seriously, incredibly romantic. But the reality of romance is that over time, and the longer that you're in a relationship, romance tends to dissipate. It's something that usually happens more often in the beginning of a relationship when we are really invested in making a good impression on each other and in solidifying our bond. And then once we get comfortable in some kind of a commitment in our relationship, typically romance kind of dwindles. So to help bring that spark back into your relationship, I've got real practical ways to bring romance into a relationship that make a huge difference, especially in our regular day-to-day living. Romantic tip number one, appreciation. Appreciation doesn't take money, it doesn't take a whole lot of time, it doesn't even take a whole lot of creativity. And yet this one little thing can actually spark new life into an already existing relationship. If you can take a moment to really think about what are some of the ways that your partner has grown over the time you've known them? What are some of the skills that they use day to day that you think are really cool? What are some of their qualities of being that you really enjoy about them? If you thought of any of these things, in fact, it's nice to make a list, and you shared with them a few of these things, you might be surprised at the kind of reception you get back. Because appreciation is one of the cornerstones of what brings that spark of connection and that romantic feeling into a relationship. And it's surprisingly easy to do, and yet it falls off the wagon quickly. Number two, affection. Yes, we all need some affection, some touch, some cuddling. This is like that kind of connection that's not dependent on actually having intercourse. And this one is also cheap and doesn't take a lot of time. So it's easy to do just in the morning. If you make a point to connect with your partner with a little kiss, a little hug at night before going to bed, if you have a little cuddle, a little snuggle, or when you're passing or crossing each other's paths, just taking a moment to look them in the eyes or give them a little shoulder rub, or run your fingers through their hair. You know, just these little touches, these little expressions of affection really go so far to adding that spark of romance. Romantic tip number three, presence. This one, I have to say, is maybe a little bit more challenging, or might be the most challenging, because we spend a lot of our day being pulled in a million different directions by our responsibilities, by social media. There's so many distractions in our day-to-day life that getting present, even with ourselves, much less with whoever we're connecting with, is probably one of our biggest challenges in today's modern world. And yet, it is the foundation of romance. When and where you can, it's great to schedule a time in your week where you can give your partner your undivided presence. This is, 15 to 30 minutes where you're going to sit down with each other and take your most valuable asset, which is your attention, your energy, and you turn it towards that person, that object of your affection, and schedule it. Because if you don't schedule it, it's not going to happen. So many other things will pull you away. presents. Romantic tip number 4 is surprise! Surprises! Hello? Yes. I know, not everybody loves surprises, but most people do. And if you're with someone who doesn't like surprises, maybe tell them you're going to surprise them and then still surprise them, you know? So when you're planning a surprise for your beloved, it doesn't have to be super complicated. You just want to think about what are the things that they really value? What are the things that they really enjoy? It could be something simple like a walk on the beach, or the kinds of movies they like to watch, or the kind of food they like to eat, and just going out of your way to make that thing happen when they're not expecting it and don't know it's coming. Like, it can be that simple. But just the thoughtfulness along with the unexpected nature of it provides mega romance points. Romantic tip number 5, the final one for today. This is seeing with new eyes. Now, this one is a little bit different from your average romance advice. This is particularly coming from a tantric perspective. Seeing with new eyes is the ability to see something anew over and over again, no matter how well you think you know it or how many times you've seen it. It's a very special skill. It's kind of a superpower. And it's not an easy thing to do. But it starts, 1, with the intention to try it. 2, the way that you can actually create this as an experience for yourself is a little trick. I'm going to give you a little practice, okay? So if you close your eyes and you connect with your breath, let your breath come and go through your mouth, bring it down into your chest. Let it be soft, feel it moving around in your chest. Yes, your mind's probably gonna be kind of busy. It can be that, but just keep coming back to the feeling, the sensation of the breath moving around your chest, moving in your heart. Let it be soft and gentle, and start to expand that heart energy. And so as you start to feel more of yourself, you start to feel more of your breath in your heart space. See if you can feel the backs of your eyes connect down to your heart. I like to think about like lowering an anchor from the backs of my eyes down into my heart space. And then on one of my next inhales, I'm going to open my eyes, keeping them really soft. So it's like the same kind of softness as if you were looking to a candle. You gradually open your eyes. See if you can stay connected to that feeling of the backs of your eyes entering the heart. And as you start to take in whatever your eyes are looking at, see if you can take it in just as color and texture. Just as color and texture. Don't label it. If the thoughts jump in, come back to color and texture and notice what sensations it's creating in your body. And all of a sudden, I'm not looking at you, and I'm not looking at a camera. I'm looking at something that's making me feel interesting. So try that little trick with a couple of different things. Let your eyes travel around the room, and then try it with your partner. So I have loved making this video for you. If you have enjoyed watching it, please make sure to subscribe to our channel so you'll receive all the new videos that come out. Hit the like button if you liked it. You can comment, share with your friends. Sharing is caring. And there's lots more information on the Space for Love website, which you can find the link to below.